Hi, I'm Mike Bellevue. I'm the black powder editor for Guns of the Old West magazine, and today we're going to be shooting a rarity, the 1865 Spencer rifle. Now, this is a replica. It's made by Armi Sport, which is part of Chiapa in Italy, and it's imported by Tailors Co in Winchester, Virginia. This is the 1865 Spencer rifle, and the 1865 model had a few differences, but essentially it's the same rifle that goes back to 1862 when it was adopted by the Union Army in the Civil War. And this is a very, very cool design. In a lot of ways it was superior to the Henry, which was its main competition at the time. In one way it certainly is not. The original Henrys would hold 16 rounds. And even current ones will hold a dozen rounds of the larger ammo that we use today. Spencer's only held 7 rounds, but because they loaded through the butt in this tube magazine, they were considered superior because the magazine was protected by the butt. And if you use a Blakesley box, you were able to actually reload very quickly, and that was a box filled with tubes already loaded with the 7 rounds of ammunition that this held, that you could just dump in there and then push that follower back in and you were good to go. These were also used heavily in Red Cloud's war by the cavalry, mostly in carbine configuration but also in rifle configuration. Now this is a pretty interesting design, and it's rather different than the lever action rifles that we're used to. Because we're mostly used to the Winchester and then the Marlin design, which really is so similar to the Winchester. With this, it has a hammer that is not cocked when you work the action, so the hammer has to be cocked individually. So you would jack the hammer back, and then you would drop the lever, and as you can see, this actually has a rolling block action. And it's a pretty massive breech block. I mean, it's a very, very strong action. Run the lever again, of course it feeds a cartridge in, and then you're ready to fire. And then you repeat the entire process. Cock it, and fire. So, pretty cool gun. Originally it was in 56 caliber, and you can still get them in that caliber from Tailors and Company in Winchester, Virginia. Or you can get it in the more popular for modern shooters 45 Colt or 4440. This one happens to be 4440, and it really is a lot of fun to shoot. I mean, it's about the most fun Civil War gun you're going to find to shoot. Loading a Spencer is different than loading the Winchester or Marlin type lever actions that we're used to. The Spencer loads through a magazine here in the butt, and what you have to do is spin that magazine tube catch 90 degrees and pull the whole tube out. And then we're going to drop rounds right into the butt. We'll put them in nice and easy, and I'm going to put 5 of these 4440s in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now I'm going to take the magazine tube that we just pulled out, and we're going to reinsert it. Just push it right down and then twist it to latch, and we're all loaded up. We're shooting at an Evil Roy cowboy target from Action Target Systems. It's about 35 yards out from the firing line. And here's what those 4440s look like when they're slamming into the steel. And we'll finish up with the bad guy's view of the Spencer rifle.